Entrepreneurship in the Digital Era.
So, first of all, I'm honored to be here. And being a tech entrepreneur, I'm supposed to be here to explain to you why I become a tech entrepreneur in the digital era. But before I start speaking about that, I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story of a background of mine, so it can inspire you to shifting from your traditional business or not having a business and starting a digital business. I started my first business when I was 15 years old, and I was a fashion designer for 20 years. I'm only 37. I started young. So after going through a phase where I was going through an awakening, I realized that the only reason I did fashion was because I was brainwashed and conditioned by society as a woman to do fashion because that's what women do. So then I decided that's not what I want to do anymore. I want to be free to choose the industry and not to be shoved into an industry based on my gender. So this is how my story with tech started. And I love telling the story. I was in LA attending a tech conference that I was forced to go to with my friend. While I was sitting there, there was a guy on stage, and I was just sitting down listening to the whole keynote speech he was giving. And while he was speaking, he was like, oh, one day AI is going to take over humans. AI is the future. It really pissed me off. I was like, nah, that's not how our future is going to be. We don't want to be replaced. We definitely want someone to assist, aid humanity, but not take over humanity. So that was his first cross point for me. Then he said, well, tech is a male industry. Oh my God, that itched me the wrong way. So he was saying tech is for men only. And that day, that moment, I made a decision just to go into technology, to just take out whatever anger I had toward that guy because he said women don't belong in technology. So I did open a company after that, a tech company, and I hired the same guy to work for me. So just to let you know, don't let people limit you because whatever they tell you is a projection of their limits. All right. What does my story teach you? A, I have no tech background. I didn't study tech. I dropped university. I was studying directing and acting. And I dropped university to pursue my dreams and to take care of my business. So number one, you don't have to have any background in tech because knowledge is for free. And if you're a leader, you will work with people who are smarter than you that they can teach you. I surrounded myself with smart people in tech, and that's how I taught myself a lot about tech. So number one, you don't need the background, the knowledge. Work smart, don't work hard, okay? Number two, nothing is impossible. Even though I don't have the background or the resources, nothing is impossible. So that's the second thing you learn from the story. Third thing is take a risk. I'd rather take a risk and fail than to live in the what ifs. What if I did it? What if I tried? So I'd rather take a risk and fail. That's the third point you need to learn from my story. Take the risk. Last thing is, when I started my tech company, I failed in the beginning for a few months. It took time for me to catch up, but then I did. What does this teach you? Allow yourself to fail. Society, education, family, tradition, culture, they conditioned us that failure is related to shame. Failure is related to guilt. It's not. Failure is the best school ever. Whatever failure taught me, no university, no mentor, nobody taught me as much as failure did. It's a missing ingredient. You go back and try again. So you either win or you either learn. There's no losing in the process. Now, why is it important to jump on the wave of entrepreneurship and technology? And why join that wave? Why is it important? I'll give you a couple of points. I won't bore you with like graphs and numbers and all that. I'm just going to give you small points from my experience, from the experience I gained being with people in tech. I'm just going to give you these points that are going to help you to understand why being a tech entrepreneur is important these days. So, number one, it has a low cost associated with it. If you're starting a business, a brick and mortar, rent, staff, salary, electricity, phone bills, all of these costs, they're non-existent when it comes to starting a tech company. All you need is a laptop and an internet connection. That's it. So it's easy to take risks when you are a digital entrepreneur. It's easy to fail because you fail fast and you fail cheap. You're not wasting a lot of money. Because if I fail running a business and opening a store, no one's going to reimburse me the money I spend on that. But if you're a digital entrepreneur, it's easy to fail in that space because you can recover easily. A laptop and an internet connection. And the good thing about this is that it's accessible to everyone. So anybody has the opportunity to be an entrepreneur. It's not physics or rocket science. It's simple, laptop and internet. Anybody can scale and become an entrepreneur nowadays. Number one, flexibility. I don't like to be in an office 24/7. I don't like to wake up in the morning and go to work at a certain time. I don't like that. And it's okay not to like that. Some people are just not made for it. Being a tech entrepreneur gives you that flexibility. I can pick up my laptop. Actually, I told my partners a couple of months ago, I said, why don't we go to Bali for 6 months and work from there? All we have to take is our hard drive and laptops, and our business travels with us wherever we are. I can choose my working hours. I can choose the location. It can be a coffee shop. It can be a home. It can be anywhere I want. The flexibility is so beautiful, but when you run a traditional business, you don't have much flexibility. You got opening hours, you got closing hours, you got an office to go to, you got a team to show up for. But when you're a digital entrepreneur, it's easier. When I say low cost, I'll give you an example. My company, I started it during COVID, my tech company, all right? If I can start a company during COVID, you can start it any day now. So when I started the company during COVID, I didn't want to pay salaries or hire a team or do whatever shebang they teach you about business where you have to hire a full-on team. I hired a third company, like a third-party company in India, and they managed the company, the tech for us on the back end. Now, why? Why is it better than having a team next to me? Because A, if I run out of money or if I fail or if the business doesn't work, I just stop paying the third party. I have no responsibilities whatsoever. And they work based on the timings I want, and I work based on the timing I want. So I love the flexibility and low cost of the business. So these are two important points. The third point is scalability. One click of a button, the right marketing campaign will reach all over the world in one click, that's it. But when you have a traditional business, it's kind of hard, you know? Because you still have to advertise digitally, but you have to make people leave their homes and come to you. But when I have a digital business, what I do is I go to people's homes. There's a huge difference. It's a game changer when it comes to scaling the business. Right business campaign, right marketing campaign, easy. One click, it reaches the whole world. I can even choose the countries I want to go to and disconnect from the countries I don't want to go to. It's that simple. You have so much control when it comes to scalability. Next point is digital entrepreneurs have gold. Now, what is the gold in digital entrepreneurship? Data. When you have data, it changes everything. When people enter your store, if you have a traditional business, I don't have their contacts, I don't have their emails, I don't know their age, I don't know what they need, I don't know anything. But when people come on your platform online, you can catch all these data. And based on this data, you can take decisions that are accurate. What interests the people that visited your platform? What's their age? What do they like? What don't they like? How much time they spend on your page? Which page they spend the most time on? All of this data is gold. And then you can retarget them. You can learn how to fix any issues you have. You can cater and tailor your marketing strategies and marketing campaigns based on your data. This is something a traditional business doesn't have. I mean, they do have a book where they keep your numbers, but that's old school. Last thing is innovation. Now, innovation is not reinventing the wheel. No, it's not. Innovation is doing something that's already done, but doing it differently. That's innovation. A lot of people are scared from innovation because they feel like if I don't bring something to the table that has not been there before, then I'm not innovating. That's not true. You take an idea that exists, you reinvent it, and you launch it in a complete different way. That's innovation. So don't feel scared or intimidated when it comes to innovation. Now, when it comes to having a traditional business, if I want to innovate, I've got to change my window. I got to change the decor of my store. I got to change the papers that I printed in the store. There's a lot of cost related to innovation when it comes to a traditional business. But when it comes to an online business, all I have to do is, all right, tech team, change the color of the user experience. All right, drag and drop this here. Everything on a laptop with an internet connection, sitting wherever the hell I want. Los Angeles, Bali, India, Dubai. I can be anywhere, and by a click of a button, one Zoom call with the team, fix everything. It's so easy to innovate. And the good thing that digital entrepreneurship doesn't limit you. You can either do a product where you are selling clothes online, or you can do a service where you're coaching online. So there's no limit to whatever you want to do when it comes to digital entrepreneurship. So if your take today, out of everything I said, is that A, it's flexible, 2, it's cost effective, 3, it's scalable, 4, you have data, 5, it pushes innovation and it makes innovation more easier. Now, this is to sum it all for you in just like a few lines because we don't have much time. But also, I want to leave you with a piece of advice. Success is not owned, it's rented, and the rent is due every day. Once you're successful, you can't just be comfortable and say, I made it. No, the rent is due every single day. So you can't be comfortable when you're successful. You got to always find ways to innovate, to recirculate, to regrow, to do things in different ways, just so you can be in the same position you are. It's easy to get up. It's hard to maintain it. It's so easy to go down. So this is a very important part when it comes to entrepreneurship also. Another thing is give yourself the permission to fail. Give yourself, reprogram your mind. It takes 7 days to rewire your mind and introduce new ideas to your mind. I'll explain to you how. When you move to a new location or a new house, first 3-4 days you're using Google Maps. 5th, 6th day, you're remembering, like, oh, I need to turn left, I need to turn right. 7th, 8th, 9th day, you can listen to a song, talk to a friend in the car, and your mind will automatically take you there because you're building neuropaths in your mind for your mind to adapt to something subconsciously without you even thinking of it. Same thing with your ideas and thoughts and your mindset. Allow yourself to fail. Every day, talk to yourself and allow yourself to fail. It's completely fine. There's no shame or guilt attached to failure. Let yourself go. Allow yourself to take opportunities and give yourself the permission to take risks. Because I realize a lot of entrepreneurs, they come up to other entrepreneurs and they say, hey, I have an idea. I want to do X, Y, and Z. What do you think? Why are you seeking external validation? As if your friend says yes, you're going to be like a billionaire overnight. No, why are we always seeking external validation to ideas that we have? You think when Airbnb went to raise money the first time and they told the investors, we're turning everyone's house into a hotel. They were laughing. People were laughing. Nobody believed in them. But it was a genius idea. And they made it come to life because they believed in it. They didn't care whether people believed in it or not. So it's important for you to take risks. And the funny part is that we take risks every single day, but we don't even realize. I'll give you an example. Flying a plane is 99% more safer than than driving a car. A car is 80% more dangerous. Yet you drive a car every day because you're so sure the car is going to take you somewhere. The only reason you're not willing to take a risk that will change your life is because you're not sure where it's going to take you. But you got to take a risk. We take risks every day. When I order stuff online, I order a chair and I receive a small chair. I took a risk. Every single day of my life, I'm taking risks. So why not take the risk that will change your life? Why not, instead of throwing money on shopping online and taking these kind of risks, save that money and just start a business online? Take that risk. There is no failure. Failure is a school. So you're either winning or you're either learning. There is no failing in any process. There is no losing in any process. So that's very important. For me, taking risk is like my bowl of cereal in the morning. When people tell me, oh, there is this opportunity, you want to take a risk? Yes, I do. I want to take a risk. What if you fail? Well, I fail. So what? We tried at least. We'll keep trying. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. At least I know I did it. So it's so important to take your mind into a different state of mind. And you can do that in 7 days. If every single day you tell yourself it's okay to fail, it's okay to take risks, and your subconscious mind will build new neural paths in your mind where subconsciously you will start taking risks, you will start doing these things. So my advice to you is that instead of thinking of entrepreneurship in the very cliche way where I have to be in an office, my legs on the table, cigar in my hand. I'm a badass entrepreneur, right? And then my staff are around me, and all of that. This is so old school way of thinking of entrepreneurship. It doesn't work like that anymore. Instead of thinking of a very managerial way, this is what managers do. They want to feel superior and feel like they made it behind closed doors. But a leader is someone completely different. A leader is someone that leads by doing, by showing. In my business, when my staff are busy, I do coffee for them. If the staff are busy, I'll clean the floor sometimes. If my team is not in the country, I will do the marketing job instead. Leadership is about showing people that it's okay to do anything and whatever it takes to reach. And it's also, leadership is about being a visionary person. So you have a vision, you have a team that takes you to your vision, but you help them grow as they go. And that's very important, to help people grow as they go. You don't own people. They don't belong to you. Your employees don't belong to you. And I've realized a lot of tech entrepreneurs, what they do is, oh, if I take my staff to that conference and they take these courses, they'll leave me one day. So what? Your employees are not trees with roots in your organization. So what if they leave you one day? You should feel happy. What if you were in their place and you wanted to thrive one day and you wanted to leave to do something better? So there's a huge shift between a manager's mindset and a leader's mindset. It's completely different. Yeah, I will teach my staff everything, and if they leave and they become someone, I will support them in that journey as well, and I will show up whenever they need me to show up. People forget that we're all equal. Whether I am a manager or the CEO or the owner of the company, whether you're the coffee person or the IT person or the marketing person, we are all in the end one. We're all like, I always say we're spirits from one source. That's it. But people forget that. And a lot of tech entrepreneurs do this mistake because tech can scale and grow so big overnight. It's scary sometimes. And then they forget the fact that they're humans. It gets to their ego. So don't do that mistake when you do any kind of entrepreneurship, any journey you go on. Don't forget that we are all humans, we're all equal, and we're all here to help each other grow. We're all here to help each other scale. We don't have roots in the ground. We can leave, we can stay whenever we want. And you have to be open to that idea and welcoming that idea. So I hope I gave enough information to persuade you and to show you that being a digital entrepreneur is such an easy thing. All you need is a laptop and an internet connection. And then all the tools are available online. And being a digital entrepreneur means using all the tools online, all the digital tools online, using social media, using so many things. I'll give you an example. When I started my company, I decided I don't want to spend any marketing budget. I was like, I don't want to spend a budget on marketing. I want to do it for free. So what I did is, because I have a following on social media, I spoke to all the influencers that I knew on social media, and I told them, listen, support me. When it's your turn, I support you. So we started a digital campaign for free with social media influencers, and that's how our business scaled from like nothing. And we actually, I think the money spent on the business at that time was around $100,000. In 20 days, we made back the money we spent. So return of investment immediately. So not even a dollar spent on marketing. We did it through connecting with digital influencers. So there's so many ways to scale when you're a digital influencer. I want to also open the floor if you guys have any questions. Does anybody of you have any questions when it comes to digital entrepreneurship? No? Was I that good? That clear? No questions at all? Nothing from the ladies in the back? Does any of you have a business? You have a question? How can I hear you? Come. I cannot bend. Women wear tight pants. Okay.
One question.
Yes.
As an owner and a self-made CEO and founder, one of my question is, how can you scale your business without spending a lot of budget in marketing?
So this is the mistakes a lot of tech entrepreneurs do, is
Perfect.
that they launch their tech platform, but they don't have a scalable way of monetizing their data. So a lot of my tech entrepreneur friends, they're like, after 6 months of operating and after like 1 million footfall on their website or their app or whatever, they go like, oh my God, we forgot, we need to collect data. So the best way to do this and to save as much money is to take the data that you have, it's gold, and based on the data, you do a marketing strategy. For example, if I have no data, I would tell my team, let's run a digital campaign targeting Saudi, Dubai, America, London, Pakistan, India. I don't even know if these countries like my business or they'll buy it or not. But based on my data, I see that my footfall is from the Philippines, from Dubai, and from the UK only. So I eliminate the countries that are not my target audience, and I target them only. And you don't have to spend like $50,000 a day to do digital campaigns. I used to spend, there came a time where we started spending around like $100 per day. And we scaled. We scaled because we took our data, and based on our data, we targeted the right audience. We retargeted using people's emails as well. I know these dead cold emails are boring, but they work. They work, but you need a target list. It's important to collect data. And I know that a lot of people who have like apps don't like the amount of money Apple charges or like Android charges, like Google Play and Apple Store, whenever a purchase is done on the app. So what they do is they have an app, then they send people back to the website so they can do their payments there. I get that, right? So there is a lot of ways you can scale and save money in smart ways that are legal, of course, without losing a lot of money on the way. So data is important. Finding shortcuts to cut payments is important. On my website, what I do is I don't tell people I have an app. Only when they purchase, when they're done purchasing, I push them to download the app because now they're members there. Now they have an account there. So they don't need to do payments on the app, they do it on the website. Because it's like a reoccurring payment, so it's all done online. So there's so many ways. Reach out to influencers, collaborate with people. You never know. By the way, a lot of brands are so scared to ask because they think they're going to be shut down or rejected. But I swear to God, ask. You'll find a lot of people that are willing to help you. I'm willing to help you. Let me know more about your business once this is over. Yeah, 100%.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
One last question.
Tell me.
What motivates you today?
What motivates me? Okay, I'm not trying to scare you guys off, but my biggest motivation in life is death. Because knowing I'm not going to wake up tomorrow and I might leave and never come back, or I might never feel the sun, smell a flower, feel the weather, touch a hand. Every single day, I know that it might be my last day, so I'm highly motivated every day because I never know when I'm gone. So death is my biggest motivation. It's not my fear. It used to be my fear a long time ago. Not anymore. It's just a reminder that every day counts. And you should live every day based on the now, because the future and the past don't exist. Yeah, that's it. So in this way, I don't need to find ways to be motivated because I know I'm going to die any second. I'm motivated 24/7. Any more questions?
Any more questions?
Go ahead. Here.
What is your product? Can you talk about the product you're selling on your website?
Okay, so I have a platform called The Others. I sell courses online, so I educate people because I believe that if you're not giving back, you're not doing anything. It's not successful. For me, success is what am I doing for me, then what am I doing for others. So serving others is success to me. So that's one. And then the second platform, it's called Halahai. It's a website where you can go and buy anything you want from a celebrity. You can buy a personalized video, a personalized shout out, a voice note from them, whatever you need from a celebrity, their merchandise directly from the celebrity. So you go and let's say, for example, Sylvester Stallone, for example, okay? And you say, hey, can you say happy birthday? My name is Mark. I'm 50 years old. Not that you're 50, I'm just giving an example. So you just write the message, he receives it, records the video, and then sends the video back to you. So it's like entertainment tech, basically. And the other one is educational tech. Yeah. Thanks. Any more questions? Guys, come on. 3 ladies sitting there. You've been shaking your head the whole time. Every time I say something, I'm like, yes, yes. Any questions?
Hi, Sara.
Hi.
So I'm Anne. I'm a traffic manager from a health company. So
Can you put the mic closer?
Hello,
Yeah.
there. So I would like to ask, as a celebrity influencer, what is your best platform in social media?
It depends. The people on Twitter are not the similar customers on Instagram. The customers on Instagram are not the similar customers on LinkedIn. My strongest platform is LinkedIn, although I have more followers on Instagram, but that's my strongest platform because it's easier to sell on LinkedIn because there are more authentic people that are searching for something, they are looking and they're serious. But on Instagram, not everybody's serious, so it's a bit misleading. So I think monetize each platform based on the attitude of the people in it. That's it. And based on the service and the business you're providing. But I mean, right now, because I would say right now my best platform is I do reality TV in Hollywood. So that's my best platform to sell anything I want. I just put it on the show and it sells, you know? But you need to monetize. Even now that Instagram released Threads, the algorithm of Threads right now is very healthy. It's healthier than Instagram. You can grow easily. You can, people can view you easily. You can be found easily. So monetize it before Instagram changes the whole game and makes it like a more of a you gotta pay to get something in return kind of way. So monetize everything, but remember that the way you advertise on each platform is completely different. If you see my advertisement on LinkedIn versus my advertisement on Instagram, you think a kid wrote whatever's on Instagram and you think like a lawyer wrote whatever's on LinkedIn because the crowd are completely different. So but monetize everything, whatever platform you have, even if it's 100 followers, we're talking about 100 people. That's a lot of people. Don't underestimate numbers, you know? So that's very important.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Any more questions? Are we done? Yeah?
I'm sure everybody would like to catch up with you later.
No, for sure. So thank you so much. I hope I added some value. And if you have any questions, I'm around. Find me on social, ask me, I answer most of the time. But I really want you to really, for once, be selfish and do something that will change your life.
Yeah, okay.
You know, take the risk, allow yourself to fail, give yourself the permission to fail because it's completely okay. I failed so many times. Out of 18 companies I started, I have 9 now. But these 9, after failing like up to 2, I went down to 2 from 18 companies, I went up to 9 again. So it's okay, it's not embarrassing. And if I can stand here and talk about my failures, it tells you that it's completely fine. You need to, I always say I think maturity is not about learning new things. Maturity is about unlearning what you've been told, what you've been taught, who you were told to be, how you were told to be, and discovering who you really are. That's what maturity is. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bravo.